back with another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Special guest today is our old friend Jayme Busch from the Unique Boutique in Neola, Iowa. They've been out and about with their camper at least one event this year and hope to be able to do more. We're going to talk to her about being open just on the weekends, also what you can find on her website versus what may be in the shop, and the plans for the Unique Boutique. And it's a great interview, and I'm really looking forward to bringing it to you. That is coming up on today's program. Do you or does someone you love need in-home care? Home Care Advocacy Network can help you maintain your own privacy in your own space while still receiving care and support with a personalized touch. Aging in place can be critical for many people. Home Care Advocacy Network can meet those needs with an understanding that assisted living is best at home. HCAN of Southwest Iowa brings the personal touch to care all across the region. Visit hcan.com/Southwest Iowa to learn more. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered. Fast, reliable service, expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. And on the HVAC side, it's AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning. So waldsteinplumbing.com or airservecouncilbluffs.com. Those are the websites that you need when integrity matters, and when doesn't it? These are the guys that you want to get a hold of. Back with us on the program this morning, one of our favorites, Jayme Busch. She is sitting inside of her shop. It is the Unique Boutique in Neola. How are you this morning, young lady?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I am very good. You have such a cool place. You know, you got the brick, you've got the jeans with the holes in them right over your shoulder. I can see them right back there. Yep.
All jeans, yeah.
Once upon a time, we used to have to, that was a sign that our clothes were wore out, but not anymore.
Right.
It actually comes from the manufacturer that way.
It does. I know. We pay big money for those now.
Tell me how things have been with you guys. Bought a camper earlier to be able to take out to events. How's that been going? How's the camper been treating you?
So it's good. We've only taken it to one event. Softball just ended for us, so I have a little bit more time. But we took it to Junkwood, which you were there. You videoed and such. So, and it was great. Everybody was excited for it. A lot of people are asking, where we're gonna take it next. And so yeah, it's been good. It's just been slow going. I think this fall will be a lot more places with it, so we're excited.
Do you have anything booked, or you just are now available and you're going to be looking around for things to go to?
A little bit of both. So we've always done Karsten farm days as long as it doesn't rain. I don't like to pull trailer and stuff up there when it rains. It gets real cruddy. So plans to be there. I'm always at Underwood in the fall, but in their gym. So I don't think we'll take the camper to that, but we'll be there. And then, wherever anybody calls and asks us to go, that's kind of the fun part of us, purchasing something else new to us to be able to kind of move around again.
Is it a big process for you when you are taking that out? I mean, is it separate inventory than from what's in your store, or you're packing up your store and moving it out to an event?
I pack up the store.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I know I'm going to a certain event with maybe specific things like a Western event, or, I might purchase some extra inventory for those things, but it's like packing up all the things in, in my store, or what we can, or, cause you can only put so much in those things too. But yep, it's packing, it's loading and unloading and loading and unloading and loading again.
Well, and part of it too is such as the event that you did in Underwood. A lot of it was outside.
Yes.
So if there's a threat of weather, you don't want to have that outside.
Right.
So that can limit things. So that's why you mentioned about the weather. There's so many things that can play into it when you're doing those types of things, where the simpler way, come out and see you on the weekend.
Yeah.
And right there in your shop, you're on 4th Street in Neola, correct?
Correct. Yep. 4th Street.
Yeah. So just stop in, and on either Saturday or Sunday, hours are open there. Let's talk a little bit about why the weekend hours, because I know that you've got the website that is always available. so
Right.
people can put in orders that way. However, it being in a small town, I think that kind of limits when you are actually going to get people in there. So you could be open on a Tuesday and not see anybody all day long,
Right.
and that's kind of why it is. So I think it adds to your charm, to be honest with you. That just open on the weekends and to have a facility like that that's available to come out, it's pretty cool. I think it's a good way to go.
Sure. Well, I've always, almost always worked. I stayed home for a little while. That's a story for another time. But I've kind of always worked or done something throughout the normal work week. And so we built the boutique off of weekends. And I would say for the most part, it's done very well. I do usually have a note in the door, if somebody does stop by during the week. My mom lives down the street, or several people that are in Neola, kind of always around Neola, can stop in and open those doors. So we do have kind of shop by appointment dates and times, things for that. But otherwise, yep, we try to stay as consistent as we can on the weekends. I've gone a little bit later this summer. Before, it was always kind of the early morning hours. I felt like people, kind of before they went to town, Council Bluffs or Omaha, they would stop in. And that's kind of how even when I was in Underwood, I always had kind of the early morning hours, 8 or 9 o'clock to 1 or 2 o'clock, or, that's shifted actually this summer. We've pushed it back a little bit. Mainly it was the hours that the girls could work for me while I was traveling, but it's actually done better. So, our hours currently, or what they have been, are Saturdays from 11 to 3, and Sundays from 12 to 4, unless we have events and things like that. I feel like it's now so more people coming after they've come, done their stuff in town or whatnot. They're coming afterwards. So I still always look at those things. Along with the traffic that they're looking at the website, and the Google analytics that we get back of people looking us up and all those things. So that's what that is tentatively. But really, we've just built it off weekends, and that's when I have the time to get in here and do things, and meet people. And as far as the summer goes, like, we have Arrowhead Park, so people are camping, so they'll come in on the weekends. Sometimes it might be because it's chilly and they need a sweatshirt, or or they're just bored and they want to find something to do in the town. So yep, I don't foresee the weekends, the I don't foresee that changing, other than holidays and stuff. We have more hours, but we really kind of built the business off of weekends.
And always available online. I mean,
Mhm.
regardless, you have insomnia, you go to shopubiowa.com and you can
Right.
you can take a look at some of the different things. Is it the same items? Is it different? What if online versus in the store? Is there any
Great
difference?
question. Yeah. So, most of what is in the store is online. I will tell you, currently, the shorts that are in my store are not online. And
Okay.
I have a lot of shorts. And honestly, it's because I haven't had time. You will see them on the Facebook page, on the VIP page. So it's Unique Boutique Iowa VIP. They are on there, but they're just not. I haven't even had a moment to get them on the website. That's terrible, right? But I also have a drop shipping warehouse out of Utah that, there's hundreds of items there that you can purchase stuff from here that would be shipped, or you could come pick up from me here. But we also have a warehouse that just directly ships to you. And you can access that anytime. So sometimes I get the question, if you guys see on Facebook or whatnot, is that in the store? Those are kind of those avid customers that know, like, I have some stuff in the store and I have some stuff online. So, yeah.
So that, as we said, available at any point, but also the you mentioned Facebook, and I don't know. Do we want to talk about this a little bit? This is kind of doing a deep dive. I think that
We can if you want. I do
what,
want to mention one other thing real quick though.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so we're here in Neola, and then we're online, and we have the camper that, goes all over the place. But I also have a spot in the Floral Elegance in Harlan. So I have quite a bit of inventory in there as well. And she's open Monday through Saturday, I believe. And sometimes she has special hours on Sunday. So she's just in the Harlan Square. It's the flower shop up there. And she's got a little coffee shop in there and boutique items. And so we are up there too. So.
Well, that's very cool. And I know that well, I talked with somebody else that puts into specialty shops in other towns, and seem to do really well
Mhm.
when they go and do that kind of thing. Speaking of social media and
Mhm.
that kind of thing, you talked about your Facebook page. We all know, I complain about the algorithms all the time, and you really can't figure it out. And you seem to know more about it than anybody else that I know. And it's, there's, I've had people ask me, "Hey, I'm not. Why am I not seeing your show pop up just automatically?" And I said, "Well, they've Facebook changed the algorithm, so you got to go in and do a couple of clicks." And you've run into that same kind of thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So recently, I can always tell one of the first things that, and just to be very clear with everyone, I do not have an Apple phone. Um, I do not have an Apple phone.
I know because when you and I text, it's not blue; it's green.
Yeah,
So yeah.
someone else just said that to me too. A colleague said that to me. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I have a Google Pixel, and then I also have a side phone. Sounds terrible, but the boutique phone is a Samsung. So what I have noticed in the last week, and this is what I've noticed consistently throughout the last probably 2 or 3 years, when I'm scrolling through and videos just blare out the whatever noise that
Hmm.
is on the video, and I go into the settings, the media settings, and click off, play on whatever it says. That's always one of the very first indications that I know that Facebook just updated or made a change or did something. That has happened to me every day this week. Every day I have gone back and I have changed it back, which is crazy. So I know they're making changes. One of the most recent ones that I've noticed is, and it depends on your phone, but everybody usually has the three dots, the ellipsis three dots somewhere.
Hmm.
Um, and going into those, if you're not seeing my page or your favorite pages that you like to go to that and look up the notifications. And chances are the notifications switched from see everything to highlights. And which really sucks because you might change that and then 3 months later you have to do it again.
Right.
If you're noticing like, hey, I haven't seen anything from Unique Boutique Iowa lately, or Lois Hills, or whatever companies you guys like to go or pages you like to go into that periodically and just make sure that it says all highlights. And then the other thing is there's a difference between your private groups, which I have Unique Boutique Iowa VIP. That's a group, okay? And then your actual business pages. And they are both different. You can favorite your groups and your pages as well so that they bump to the top of everything. But they are different in the notifications for those. So just make sure you go into find your notifications on those, because it really, I can tell, I was telling you earlier, like, on average, like my decent posts get, 900 to 1,000 views, the analytics of
Hmm.
Facebook. Um, and like recently, I'm lucky to get 300. Glad for it, but really lucky. And that's another thing that I can tell, like, okay, Facebook changed something.
Right.
And then the other one that I've noticed lately, which I belong to a group, by the way, it's the Boutique Hub. So they spit out stuff like this, telling us these things and do trainings. And we have like Facebook people and LinkedIn people and all these other people that like kind of work alongside them to let us know these changes. But the other thing is those groups, and like when you favorite them, um, you can bump them to the top of your, all of like chronolo. Let me start over here. There is a setting that you can see everything as it comes through. So when you see something from 4 days ago, you're like, why am I seeing stuff from 4 days ago? You need to go into your settings so that you just see the right now, and your favorites. That will bump your favorite list, the list of your favorites too. Otherwise, that's why, Saturday morning, you're looking to see what's going on and you're seeing stuff from 4 days ago.
Right.
There's a setting in that too. And I don't remember what that setting is, but play in your Facebook settings, you guys, because you will find them. And as great as, we run all of our stuff, a lot of our stuff off of Facebook, it's great. I'm not complaining, but it does make it difficult for business owners who primarily, their forms of communication and getting things out are these social media platforms, and everything's getting bumped down because we're not paying thousands of dollars for ads,
Right. Yeah.
because we
That's a
can't.
lot of it. That's a lot of it.
Right.
And with this show being on Facebook, it'll probably not go anywhere because
Yeah.
we've just been, we just,
We said Facebook because we've said Facebook 20 times. Next time we're going to say book a face.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, go to those, you guys. Go to your favorite, just as you guys have looked at this, and when you're done, like, please go to my page, go to Todd's, go to your favorite, businesses that you're like, well, I haven't seen them in a while, and go into those settings and change those, and you'll be surprised, and it will help us too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of businesses out there that use these different platforms for marketing.
Hmm.
And it's well known. I mean, there's some of the bigger speakers that you see. I mean, Gary Vee jumps to mind. He's always talking about marketing on the different platforms. I think he talks about 7 different platforms, but yeah, it does make it difficult when they change things. I understand that it's theirs. It's not, it doesn't belong to us. The site belongs to them, so they're allowed to do what they want. But
Right.
it'd be helpful if there'd be a user guide, I
Right.
think.
It would be. It would be. I mean, they have the Meta AI stuff now, which is a little easier to find things when you need to find stuff, but it has definitely, um, it's definitely hurt us in some ways,
Right.
to try to constantly keep up on that and know what was changed or what happened or what's going on, or the only other thing I would ask is that just like, the likes and the comments and the shares, like that helps us so much, like even if you just barely seen it because you didn't have time for a minute, but just hitting that like button and stuff, it really really helps us more than you guys know.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes on this subject, I think that sometimes people think that by hitting share that they're spamming everyone. No, you're not.
Right, you're just
Because
sharing it to your own Facebook.
yeah, and with that algorithm, it's not going to show it to people who don't have an interest. It's only going to show it to people who do.
Hmm.
So you're just helping your friends out. Say, hey, without even uh, having to do a lot of work. I talk about it in my networking group that I go to every week. That this is something that you can do completely for free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Hit like, hit share, and the people that you're connected to that have an interest in that, they will see it. How it knows, I don't know. This happened just a couple of days ago, and this is a different type of deal. But I'm in my car and I'm thinking about an episode of an old TV show called Northern Exposure, and this was on back in the '90s. And later that night, in my Google feed was an article about Northern Exposure.
Oh wow.
Now, you can say it was a coincidence, but in the day and age, and if that was a one off and it's the only time it ever happened, that'd be one thing, but it's not. It happens all the time.
It's listening.
Not even that. I didn't say it out loud. I was just thinking about it.
Oh wow.
So I don't think it was reading my mind, but I do think that that algorithm is so good that it can use other parameters to be able to get there. So that's why I know that it only shows up for people who have an interest in it. You're not spamming people by hitting share.
Right.
That's just not a thing. And also, you use it quite a bit to let folks know about, hey, I got a sale going on.
Yep.
I've got, we can get these are so much off this weekend only, or that kind of thing. So another reason to use it, because you're a business. That's part of what it is that you do, right? Is people can find things that are on sale.
Right. Yep. And I try really hard to post, especially on the weekends. I will say, on my own accord of all the things, my weekly posting has slowed down quite a bit. I'm building out my plan for fall as we speak, just because sometimes I don't have the time or I actually sleep at night. um, but yeah, just the support of everyone, and sharing, and doing all of those things, and coming. The biggest thing that has just popped up more and more, even just in a meeting I was in this morning, is like, try to get out to the places, try to
Hmm.
get out there. It means the world. And even, I mean, I always want somebody to walk away with something that they're excited about, right? And if you're driving this way and you're not normally this way, especially, but even if not, just you coming here means more to me than you walking out, with nothing. I want you to walk out with something, but I just seeing new faces, old faces, everybody coming in, and just seeing what we have new, and chatting. I'm a chatterbox, so I love to talk, and I love to know why people came out here, how they got here, were they from here. Um, I had a couple of people come in last weekend. I haven't worked a lot of weekends recently, and I worked the whole weekend, and I had a few people come in, and I had people from out of town, like, they were visiting family that had come in, and one was from California, and she's like, "Can you find me this pair of jeans?" And I'm like,
Hmm.
"Absolutely, if I can find it, I'll get it to you." And she's like, "But I'm in California." I said, "Well, my jeans company's in California, so we'll just have them ship it, straight from them to you." And she's like, "You can do that?" So, um, yeah, just getting into these stores just to say hi. You don't have to always purchase something. It means more to me to just have that genuine that you came out here. And a lot
Hmm.
of times, I have something here for you, regardless of if you purchase something or not. Um, I like to give away little things all the time, especially after I come back from market. So yeah.
No, shop local, shop in person. That's
Yeah.
my shop in person is a big thing with me. Get out, enjoy your time out and about, and I get that there's a place for online. I understand that,
Oh yeah.
and this is the world we're in now, and that's what it is, and that's good. But when you have an opportunity to make a day of it or half a day,
Hmm.
go out, visit a restaurant, stop in a shop, a local shop like yours there in Neola, and it means the world to so many people. And like I said, even if you're not buying anything, just coming in and taking a look, and you can, when you actually use that item, when you put on those jeans or you put on the shirt or some other gift items that you may have gotten there in your shop, you remember that experience
Hmm.
when you do that instead of remembering a brown box being delivered to your door.
Right. Or drop kicked at your door.
Or that too, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then also I think, and I know we all read the little meme things or whatever, but like, just for me, it's just also realizing that, like, you're not just supporting, small business and my family and, my dream, but you're supporting our town,
Hmm.
small towns, and trying to be thriving in the communities. And we all have our place for Amazon and all the things. I bought stuff off of Amazon Prime for kids that were starting school, and things like that. Like, you're right, it's not going anywhere. But, if you could purchase the t-shirt from Sideline Tees or myself or whomever, opposed to something similar or close on Amazon, like, that dollar goes much farther than, here in these small communities than it does, on Amazon. That dollar probably is then turning around to support the high school football, wrestling, volleyball, basketball, whatever that might be, music, um, or I mean, I can't tell you how many, in a good way, but how many people reach out for us to donate baskets. I mean, I don't even know how many, you know, and that's fine. This is our community. We want to do that. But that dollar isn't just supporting my family and my dream. Like, it's going a lot of places in these small communities. And I think that's probably the best part of having, a small business in a small town. Right now, just throwing this out there too, right now is fair time.
It
if
is.
you're
Yeah.
if you're not seeing fair posts, I don't know who your friends are. So
I did a show yesterday. I did a show yesterday about the fair. So yeah.
yes, it's fair time. So, like, a lot of the local businesses around Neola, Underwood, around here right now, because West Fair is going to be next week. Pool
Well, and
money,
Potawatomi County Fair is this
correct.
week in Avoca. So
East Pot, yes,
yeah,
East
East
Pot.
Pot. Yeah.
Yep, yep,
Mills County Fair just wrapped up.
yes, yep.
So there's all these county fairs this is the time for it.
Right, right. And, we have I don't know what the committee's called. I can't remember, but we have one here for West Fair, where the mostly businesses pool money together and, go purchase that kiddo's goat or that kiddo's rabbit, or so that no kiddo, um, how do I say this? So that everybody's animal is purchased, for whatever amount that may be. And
Hmm.
so for those of you that aren't in the fair world, those kiddos, they do get that premium money. They do get that. There's some fees and some things taken out as such, but they do get that money, and that's huge. That's huge when you have a kiddo. I have one with a cow that they've had for a year or two, and then that following Monday they get auctioned off and they walk them onto it's pretty detrimental. They walk them onto the trucks that are hauling them off, to know that I as a kid, I worked that hard and then I got this money back. Now, I can't say that us parents aren't the ones spending that money, and probably a lot more than what they get, but it's teaching those kids all the different skills and all the things as well. So, whole point in that, I tangented, sorry, but we pool money together all over in our areas. So your t-shirt that you purchased here, is not just going here. It's going all over the place in our communities, and that's why I love all of the small business and all of the stuff with the boutique. Like, I love clothes too. These jeans right here, they're my favorite.
Yeah.
I have a pair, they're like my absolute favorite. But it's my passion on that side of stuff, but it is also my passion to just help people and do whatever I can in our communities. And so, I have a little bit of all of that.
Well, always grateful when I have an opportunity to talk to you, Jayme. You're one of the hardest working people I know, and always have something going on. The fact that as busy as you are, you still have a shop that cool, I think speaks volumes. So get on out and shop the Unique Boutique Iowa in Neola. We'll pass along information anytime that you're going to be out and about with the camper. If you're going to be on site somewhere, that'll be cool. And looking forward to getting a chance to chat with you again.
Yep. Thank you so much, Todd.
Are you looking for all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa? Visit Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market in Council Bluffs, serving the community since 1997. Proud winner of the Reader's Choice Award from 2003 to 2021. Shop a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, everything you need to put your health in your own hands. They are staffed with over 37 years of experience. Bambi's helps you reach your health goals. Find Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs, or explore your wellness options online at bambisgreenacres.com. Again, Bambi's Green Acres, putting health in your hands. Castle and Associates of American Family Insurance is your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs. 4 convenient locations in Trainer, Council Bluffs, Bellevue, and Elkhorn. They are local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. Thank you once again to Jayme Busch for joining us on today's program. We are very grateful every time we can have her on. And if you have a story that you would like to tell, get a hold of me. Make a comment here where you're watching the podcast, or send me an email, toddstuder@gmail.com. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here again tomorrow morning.